if people actually take the time and objectively look at what I'm saying, and I included the word objectively, because everybody will come at it from their own belief system. It's habitual, we can't help it. I do it, right? Because you could say that's your belief system, George. And I work very hard at making sure it's not an egoic belief system. I'm a realist and I'm objective, but I'm a defender of the truth. So there's times when I speak when my inner warrior comes out and I get very, very stern in my expression. It comes from passion, but I'm also defending humanity in that moment, because I'm speaking on so many levels of life. I'm not just talking to you here in this room. I hope you can understand that. Yeah, you understand that. Yes, thank you. Okay, there's a lot more going on this planet than people realise. What we are about to become, the magnitude of what we are about to become is so profound, because we're taking all of that universal existence and we are compressing it all into a single embodiment. When Mother Earth reaches the point of the 21st of March 2013, she's going to activate her planetary light body. And people go, well, what does that mean? What does it mean for us in our everyday lives? What does it mean for me? You know, I've got a job, I've got a car, house, family, career. What does it mean? What does ascension mean? What's this ascension thing everybody talks about? Well, let's look at the word ascension. It means to ascend, state of ascending. So what we're doing is we're taking a vibrational reality and we're raising the frequency. That's all that's happening here. And on a mechanical level, what does that mean? Well, it means that atoms will spin faster. It means the molecules will vibrate faster, because that's what determines dimensional realities, by the way, for those who don't understand that. Because when I've travelled from this reality and I've gone to other realities and spaceships and other planetary systems, everything vibrates different. You just go into a ship and you're in there with ETs in their reality. That craft itself has its own vibrational pattern. My atoms spin differently, my molecules vibrate differently. And when I get put back, sometimes it took days to recover. I'd be in agony for days. So it's understanding that. When you go to another planetary system, it vibrates differently. Some planetary systems were comfortable, some were uncomfortable. Some were vibrating closer to the paradigm of Mother Earth, some were not. Mars I didn't like. It's a male warrior energy, that being, that's the consciousness of Mars. It's just there. It's still got life force in it, but there's not much there, but he's still there. He's just sort of like sleeping at the moment. But I didn't like his energy very much. But I've got to overcome that, because that means there's something about myself I don't like, you see. So this universe is a mirror. So whatever you don't like about me, you've got it inside of you. Yeah, and what I like about all of you is all the love inside of me. Yeah, thank you. And so, why is Mother Earth about to do this? Because at the very end of this process, the whole idea of becoming a universal creator, we're at the end of that very long process. And when she becomes a being of light, so do we. It's a symbiotic process. And so she's about to give birth to a whole new race of beings in the universe. And it's a whole planetary race of universal creators of love and light. I know it's a bit love and light thing, but it's true. It's true. We've learnt the construct. It's where I'm going. It's what I'm doing. You don't have to come where I'm going. Because later on, when I start talking about all the ETs and stuff, and I get down to the nitty-gritty and the down and dirty of what they want to do, if you resonate with them and you want to go on their ships with them, by all means, that's your soul journey. Okay? So please, everybody's got their own individual journey happening here, and I'm just sharing with you what I know what I know life to be and where I'm headed. So you make your own choice for your own life and do what's right for you. I would like very much for you to come along. That's reality. Okay? I'm being as unconditional, loving as I can in this capacity as George right now. I very much would like for you to come where I'm going. I really would. But I also love you no less if you don't. Okay? So Mother Earth is about to ascend. She's about to give birth to this new race of life in the universe. A whole planetary race of universal consciousness. Beings that embody universal consciousness. We will not have an energetic center of any kind. We will be pure expression of light. Just pure light. And you go, George, but that already exists in the universe. No, it doesn't. Not in this format. No way. Nowhere near it. There are beings that are posing as light beings. Wow. You just got to understand how far this goes. But nothing like this version. This is taking everything that you've done, everything that you've been, and compressing it into one embodiment. And that's not all. It doesn't stop there. Because then your consciousness will go and start creating its own universe through the construct of light. And off you go. And then that embodiment part of you will go back into this universe. Not back in, but, will go throughout this universe and continue to teach and show the way. So the story does not end. This ascension thing is not final destination. It's just the next phase in our journeys. It's just, we came into this universe and we wanted to learn how to be like this universe. That's all it is. So on one level, it's not that big a deal because we're already universes, aren't we? We're all hanging out together on a universal level and we're all inside one another, learning how to be like one another. And you know what God is, and so you don't have to do this, God business. Because none of us are into that on a universal level. Really. I mean, if you're inside of me and you're inside my universe, are you going to get on your knees and pray to me like a God? Are you? I hope not. Because I don't like that. We see everyone as equal. We're just having our journeys. We're experiencing life and we're having our journeys and we're enjoying ourselves. We're enjoying ourselves in life. Are there challenges in this universe? Oh yeah, because of its nature. It's division, light, polarization, frequency, vibration. It's in the nature of this universe to create that separated state of being. Right? So the challenges that we experience in this universe, okay, I will go as far as saying, as far as I'm aware, are the toughest going around. These other constructs, I can't comprehend them inside this universe. There's something else. And that's saying that does life exist beyond light? Of course it does. Because if you say light is all there is, right, then immediately you put a finite existence on life. Life is infinite. Okay. I've got some images there because there's a lot of people at the moment who are feeling Mother Earth. They really are. And there's just some wonderful expressions that are happening because, like I said, I'm not into goddess worship, but I honour, I acknowledge, and I respect the fact that I'm living on this being we call Mother Earth. I'm this wonderful woman who had the courage, and I'm going to get into some real hard nitty-gritties here, okay? I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to just get a little bit serious here for a moment because I need to. Not just for you in this room, please, okay? Can you understand this is not just for you in this room? But there's something I need to share with you that's very, very important. And that's understanding the male and the female energies and that being that we call Christ, and I'm not being religious here because I'm not into churchianity, but I understand Christianity, okay? I understand Christianity. I understand what took place 2,000 years ago. Because in all the journeys that I've had, you begin to reawaken and understand what took place. And I want to share with you the sacrifice that that man made 2,000 years ago, because it's not what you think it is. Let me put it this way. We're told that he was beaten, right? He was beaten. That's what we're told. So what? I've been tortured in this life. This is where I got this understanding from. You know, when you're being tortured, you go through a lot of stuff within yourself. Like you go to places you never thought you'd go. I've been tortured by the shadow government, I've been tortured by the ruling elite, and I've been tortured by extraterrestrial races. So I know what I'm talking about. I know what happens to you when you're in that state. I suffered post-trauma throughout my life. So I know what I'm talking about. And psychologists and psychiatrists can say whatever they like, but they are programmed zombies. And only some psychologists and some psychiatrists are actually now understanding and beginning how much life exists beyond the mind. Because what is the mind? Let's get real here, okay? I said I'm a realist. What is the mind? The mind is the software package of the brain. Your brain is a biological computer. It's a biological transceiver. The mind is the interface for your higher consciousness to interface through your mind, through your ego, to this reality. That's all it is. But because this is the microcosm of the macrocosm, our mind is also a labyrinth, because all possibilities and outcomes are here. So therefore, the human mind on planet Earth is also an infinite labyrinth. So that's why you've got to be very careful with what you choose to believe and where you choose to go in life and what you choose to think. I have been through this process on very deep levels, to the nth degree. Throughout my life, have people tried to tell me that I'm crazy. And they just don't realise how programmed they are. They don't realise how their minds are contained within such a small paradigm of reality. Because what I'm sharing with you here is beyond the mind. It's into the essence and the core of your being, into your heart, into your true connection with life and the universe. So people can say whatever they like about me, but they have no concept of the magnitude of my experiences. And that's what frightens people out there about me. People in authority, positions of authority, right? They're very, very frightened of me because they know how much of a threat I am to their status quo. They really do know that. The sacrifice of that being made 2,000 years ago, there's a group who will say he never existed. Because who is he? Who was Buddha, by the way? I won't just focus on one incarnation of this one and the same consciousness. Did you get what I just said? In this life, I'm called George. In this life, Cynthia's called Cynthia. What was she called in a previous life? What were you called in a previous life? You had a different name, right? You grew up in a different culture. Same spirit, different name, different embodiment, different culture. So when you hear the term, was Jesus God walking this earth? Yes, he was. Absolutely he was. It was the creator of this universe walking this earth. Was he into worship? Nope. Not at all. Was Buddha into worship? Not at all. Was Krishna into worship? Not at all. One and the same being, one and the same consciousness. And all the other versions of these one and the same consciousness throughout history on this planet. Did Jesus only ever come once to this planet? Yes, he did, as Jesus. I've only been here once as George. So is that statement true? Yes. But you see how they play with it. They'll take a truth and they'll twist it. They'll put a slant on it. But has the essence of Jesus, the consciousness of Jesus ever been to this planet before? Absolutely, many times over. And he's been here since. He came as King Arthur. And people, you'll get told that's just a fable as well. And yes, the round table was at Stonehenge. And yes, it was a reunion of the 12 apostles. And who are the 12 apostles anyway? They're the 12 archetypal personalities of the Creator. Anyway, let's get back to the sacrifice, because this is so important. This is what people don't know. I'm giving you the truth, the hidden truth. This is underneath the Vatican here. They are frightened of people knowing